Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your dark masked diva. So I can't believe the question that I had to answer. It kind of took my memory way back about this guy that I used to know. He was quite the bozo. I don't know if you really want to call him a bozo exactly. He was just really incredibly insecure, okay? I don't think he really felt comfortable with his physique in high school because right after that he became a real gym rat, and he was going around working out all the time, asking people to look at his muscles all the time and touch his muscles all the time and that kind of thing, right? So when I answered this question, it kind of made me think about that guy. Alright, so the question was, this young lady is dating this guy who's a fat-phobe. And I guess this guy gains weight really easily. So he's constantly just, it sounds like, what she describes is, it sounds like he has kind of a case of body dysmorphia. And he does gain weight really easily. So, he must have some kind of metabolic disorder of some sort. But most people, their weight fluctuates, right? Yours does probably, right? A lot of people's weight fluctuates easily, retains water, and that kind of thing. Well, this guy is just really pretty obsessed about it, and he exercises compulsively, and, this dude might even have an eating disorder. Okay, some guys have eating disorders too. So he's just a fat phobe, and he's obsessed with gaining weight. He's obsessed with him gaining weight, and she said it's to the point where he projects it onto other people, and he can't stop talking about how fat people are lazy, and how it's their lifestyle and it's the way they feel about themselves and that kind of thing. Now, the dark masked diva does not believe in the fat acceptance movement, okay? But I also do not believe in going around talking about other people and their bodies, okay, and pointing the finger at people and talking about other people, okay? My job is to mind my own health and worry about myself. So I don't really need to care about what other people are doing. This dude is just going around obsessing on his own body, and he's projecting things onto other people. All right. Now, we know that some people have metabolic disorders. Some people have thyroid issues. Some people are gaining weight due to medications. Okay. So sometimes weight is not completely that person's fault. It's not their laziness. Okay. Some people are severely depressed. We don't know why some people are carrying around extra weight, and it's none of your business, right? None of it. Okay. So I don't really care about what other people are doing. I just care about what I'm doing. Right? But I also don't believe in the fat acceptance movement, but I really don't need to talk to other people about what they're doing. So this guy, I guess he thinks that, he's obsessed with his own body, but what everyone else is doing is his business also. So, she's really becoming uncomfortable that she's dating this guy. And I said, that's a red flag AF. I think you should stop going out with this guy. I go, because, you're a lady, and us ladies, our weight fluctuates a lot, because we get that time of the month, and we gain like 5 extra pounds during that time. Most of us do, right? Some of us are like 10 extra pounds. I mean, it really depends. But we retain a lot of water. We get cravings. We get salt cravings, we get sugar cravings, and that makes you retain water and extra fat, and usually we lose it right afterwards. Okay, but we do crave different types of foods during those times. Okay, so our weight will fluctuate, for about a week. Okay, I said this guy is just going to be draconian towards you. Okay, he's going to be obsessed with, because you will be the closest person to him, so he's going to be obsessed with the way you look. Now, I'm going to go back to the guy that I used to date. Okay, back then I was 19 years old. My body was absolutely phenomenal. All right, this guy, he was incredibly insecure. He really didn't have any reason to be, because he was very attractive. But in his mind, he was very insecure about the way he looked. So he was telling me how I had the perfect body, and I'm like, I know. But he was going, but you should work out. And I go, you don't need to tell me what I need to do to improve myself. Okay, I'm, the boss of myself. But he would always tell me how I would have the perfect body if I only worked out. And I said, you need to accept me how I am. You asked me out looking this way, and I look good, so end of story. And, you're lucky to be going out with me, basically. So the thing is, when guys start putting you down, they basically know that you're too good for them anyway. Okay? So, and that is a reflection of their own insecurity. So, when guys are putting you down and stuff like that, you really just need to be like this, okay? So, you need to, don't let anybody try to control your body. Don't let them try to make you gain weight. Don't try to try to make you muscle up. Don't try to have them do anything like that, because to be honest, I gained muscle extremely easily, and I didn't want to get all muscly. I'm half Norwegian, so I would just get that Viking bodybuilder look in 5 minutes. I really did not want to go lift weights at the gym, to be honest. My muscles are just ferocious sitting around the house, okay? So I didn't want to do that. And I really just looked good the way I was, and I didn't need this guy telling me the way to look. So, he was so insecure, he just, he knew I could do better than him anyway, to be honest. And, I just basically told him he needed to back off. But he was so insecure, he was always flexing and doing all these things and telling me to look at this and look at that. And the thing was, he was nice to look at, but it got to the point where I didn't want to look at him anymore, because he was always telling me to look. Okay, and it was just kind of like, you're a good looking guy, but I'm tired of looking at this, that, and the other because you're always telling me to look. And that's really a turnoff when a guy is always asking you to look at his butt, at his muscles, at this, at that. Guys are not supposed to be that vain and telling you to look at this, that, and the other. There's no reason I need to be doing that. You need to be looking at me and telling me how gorgeous I am, not the other way around. And I wasn't telling him to look at me all the time. I was used to guys looking at me all the time, telling me how gorgeous I was. And I wasn't telling him to look at me, because I was just used to getting compliments all the time from other people. You know what I mean? I was 19 years old, come on. So, and I wasn't fishing for compliments from him, and I wasn't asking him for compliments, and I wasn't seeing like, look at me in this outfit, look at my hair, look at this, look at that. I wasn't like posing and look at me in my bathing suit and look at this and look at that. I wasn't, asking him for attention. It was him just like, look at my muscles, look at this, and he was just constantly obsessed with how flabby everybody was, and because he was just working out all the time, and it was just, his life revolved around it. So the moral of the story is, I told this young lady, stop going out with the guy that's the fat-phobe. He's just obsessed with that. He's it's going to be a part of his ongoing insecurity, and you're the closest thing to him, and he is just really going to project it onto you. So as great as I looked, this gym rat guy, I was already too hot for him, and I still wasn't good enough for him. So, I stopped going out with him, and, soon after that I met my first husband. So, that worked out. So, that was just, it was this guy's own insecurity, honestly. So, anyway, I'm going to go on to talk about some other things about that. If you want to maintain your body, when it comes to things like that, some people will try to also alter your body in other ways. You have to, if you're trying to maintain your body, stay away from people who are feeders, okay? Some of your friends are going to be obsessed with food, and they're going to want to eat every time they see you. and they're going to want to like cook every time they see you, and they're going to want to give you seconds and thirds and push food on you. Okay, so I've had some friends that were well-meaning and they keep trying to push food on me. And I'm getting older now, so I don't want to keep eating more portions of food. I want to keep my portions small and modest. And admittedly, I don't get enough exercise, and I need to get some more, and I'd like to lose some more weight. So it's like they were constantly trying to push food on me, and I would tell them I really need to lose some weight, for my health. And also, I would look better, honestly. I need to lose the weight. Okay, and they were always constantly pushing food on me. Well, they're thin. They're a little younger than me, and they're thin, so, but their idea of love was feeding people. So I really have to stay away from those friends because they're foodies and they're food pushers. So you have to stay away from people like that, even though you love them. I was talking about that friend, who peeps in the windows, that friend. I have to stay away from her. I ran into her today. I was like, she said hi, I said hi. I took off real quick, because I didn't want to stay and talk to her. I didn't want to rekindle the friendship, because she talks about food all the time. All right. I don't want to be paranoid about food, but I don't want her talking about food making me hungry all the time. You just have to stay away from people who are toxic, and they don't respect you, when you like to fast. All right. And you tell them, stop talking about food, I'm fasting right now, because she kept talking about food and she wouldn't stop. That kind of thing. Some people just don't respect that they're sabotaging you. All right. So some people you just need to stay away from, just for your own good, for your own health. All right. So there's another side to that. But that guy who's a fat-phobe and everything like that, he just he has a preoccupation with it because he was probably a chubby child, and he probably has low self-esteem. And as far as that other guy goes, I think he was too skinny when he was growing up, and he's tried to build muscle, and who knows where he is now. I don't know. Maybe he's real fat now. I don't know. But he was just obsessed with building muscle and getting gains and doing all this other stuff. And he was obsessed with people not being muscular. Okay, so maybe he needs to go out with a guy. I don't know. I don't know what his problem was, but anyway, hopefully he's happy now, and he's let go of his insecurity, and hopefully he's living with some degree of peace and not obsessed with silly stuff like that anymore. So anyway, we should all be comfortable in our own skin. So hopefully that was helpful, and I hope you all have a blessed day. And this has been Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. I love you all, and I will see you in the next content. Bye-bye.